So what is going on, people? Welcome to episode 42 of the Peterborough United career mode here on FIFA 23. I hope you're well. And well, the last few games haven't gone particularly well for us. We've kept it on ultimate, and that has really backfired. Of course, in the last episode, we played Arsenal in that one-off game in the FA Cup, in which we got battered 6-3. And well, it's been okay. Like, results have been mixed, to see it that way. So after the Arsenal game, we lost 2-1 to Norwich. We then beat Coventry 3-0. I think these are simmed games. It's been a little while since I recorded the last episode, but I think that all the played games I've played are the ones that I've lost. So we beat Coventry 3-0, beat Huddersfield 1-0, but then lost 4-3 to Bristol City. And I've moved it back down to Legendary because ultimately, you know, playing the games in Ultimate, not having the best of runs. Today, we have 3 games. I'll explain why I've moved the difficulty down as well. So we're going to play all of these games today. We start with a home game against QPR, and then playing Brighton at home before taking on Rotherham away. As you can see, the last 2 games of this month, pretty tasty. We have those 2 games and the 2 games in May to finish the season. But we've moved the difficulty down because, as you can see, the league has started to get away from us. We're now 8 points adrift of Fulham at top, 2 points adrift of Palace. If we keep it on Ultimate, the likeliness is we're not going to get promoted, at least automatically. I want to give us that best possible chance because I don't want to spend another season in the Championship. Ultimately, despite some close games, I still am not ready for Ultimate, it seems, on a full-time basis. So we're going to keep things on Legendary, but that's how things stand. With 2 points adrift of Palace with a worse goal difference as well. So, yeah, but we play, obviously, Brighton today, who are in 5th. And who else are we playing? QPR and Rotherham. Rotherham 14th. QPR in 19th. So, yeah, we'll play all these games today. We will play them on Legendary. If you are looking forward to this episode and to the end of the season, make sure you pop a like on this video for me. This is our squad as it stands. Gomez is in. Ahead of, I looked up how to say the other right back names that we have, the Dutch guy. I've been saying Zeefuik. Apparently it's actually Zeefuik. So we'll go with that. But yeah, Gomez, I think I've just been enjoying Gomez a bit more when I've played with him. He's grown up to 77 rated, but I just think he's so good going forward as well. Zabani's up to 79, which is great. Knights, debuff is only down to -1 now. Sigurdsson has been playing well. Of course, he's in the side because Elias' season is over. He's broken his leg. So, yeah, this is how things look at the moment. But we have a lot to do if we want to wrestle back control of our destiny. Let's get it. So this is how our guests for this first game line up. QPR, they've gone for a 4-3-3. Dieng in goal. A back four of Kukai, Dickey, Dunn and Parl. Owens sitting deep. It's only 60 rated, Charlie Owens. With Chair and Willock ahead of him. A Domer on the right. Sinclair Armstrong through the middle. And Shadipo on the left. Having a look. Not too much in terms of options from the bench. But they have got some decent players. Certainly that midfield too look capable. But yeah, I'm feeling confident, of course. Hopefully we can bounce back fairly quickly. The games that we've played on Ultimate have been close. You saw, obviously we got blown out of the water against Arsenal. But Sigurdsson, is he going to go the whole way? Oh no, Sigurdsson. Oh my word, he almost did actually. But for a good save from Seny Dieng. Yeah, Koulibaly with the corner. Garner is there, and Garner will score. And well, moving it down to Legendary. I don't know whether that's too easy, but we've certainly made a good start from it. We were, yeah, as I was about to say, I'll just skip the replay. I do apologise. Let's watch it again on instant replay while I'm rabbiting on. But yeah, so we'll just hide this and play this. Yeah, with games we played on Ultimate, we weren't completely getting blown out of the water against the, obviously we did against Arsenal, but That's to be expected. But the game against Norwich was only a 2-1 defeat. The game against Bristol City, a 3-4 defeat, 4-3 defeat. So we're not completely out of games. That's a good ball. Garnett. Oh, I just ran straight into his man. I mean, given a free kick here, apparently. I didn't think there was a lot wrong with that tackle, but Estrada seems to be our best taker. He's got a better curve. Okay, let's go for a knuckleball is what I want. Let's see how this goes. Bit of power on it. Come on, Estrada. Oh my jeez, that didn't follow the line at all. But we certainly are playing well in this opening exchange. That's a good ball from Knight. And Estrada will have the strike across goal and will find the far corner absolutely superbly. Josh Knight in that central midfield role. I really wasn't sure what to expect, but he's actually playing so well in that role. He's keen to get forward. He's involved in the play. Got an assist there. Nice little pass. So actually, playing him in that role hasn't been detrimental to us at all, which is really good. Of course, Sigurdsson has made a very good impression since arriving as well. Oh, just a bit behind Garnett. Nezovic can't quite get to that one. But yeah, we've got this episode, of course. Brighton is going to be a challenging game, but one that I feel confident. We beat them on their own patch earlier in the season in a one-off game, as Zabani makes a good block. So, yeah, on our own patch, realistically, we should be getting another win. But we will have to remain to be seen, as that's a lovely piece of play and a lovely goal. And it's Sinclair Armstrong, who the man we didn't know about has put QPR ahead. He's a real-life player, Sinclair Armstrong, because he hasn't got a face, so he's not a regen. Those QPR fans in the corner going absolutely wild. But a nice piece of play. I'm not too sure. Is it Shadipo there with a little dummy to sell Sabani? Sinclair, Armstrong, in behind Edwards. It's a nice little pass from Shadipo. And yeah, he's smashed it into the back of the net. Really, not a lot Dan Bentley can do with a shot like that from that range. Adoma must be getting on now. I know he's fairly old anyway, but we're, third season of this game now. He must be getting on a bit. And also, the fact his rating is down to 63. But Estrada is in. Oh, he's rifled the crossbar. I was caught in two minds as to whether to get closer to goal with Estrada. But once I'd settled on shooting, thought, okay, well, I'm going to need a bit of power to get it past the keeper from here. And if anything, he's put too much on it as Burrows. He's caught in an odd position again, but it's Zabani across. Oh, my word. Oh, not the greatest touch from Josh Knight. How the hell has that gone in? That's an unbelievable finish from Willock. He's floated that into the top corner. I just didn't say anything because I didn't expect it to go in. It's like, is that a chip? Is that just... He's casually lifted that? Like, I was expecting Bentley to just get there because there was nothing on the shot. From 2-0 up, it's now 2-2. Good head up from Knight. This finds Garnett. Finds Nezovic. As the strike in Ivan Nezovic has put us back in front 6 minutes into the second half. Really, really like that he's added goals to his game. Just pops up sometimes. Well, more often than not, if he scores, it's a pretty impressive goal. He loves a shot from outside the area, but he's becoming one of those where he pops up every so often with a goal quite important. And here, that's shifted momentum back in our favour. And it could be a very important goal in the context of our season and indeed promotion. But still a long way to go yet. And we have dropped a 2-0 lead in this game, so I'm not counting my chickens just yet. Sigurdsson has made some space here. Joseph Garnett keep going on his left pick. We'll cut this one back, and he'll try and bend one. The defender really should have blocked that. But 2 goals in the opening 10 minutes of this second half, and we have restored a 2-goal lead. A nice cutback, but he spent a long time on it there. And Dickey where he's got close to him, but he's just opened his legs. And well, is a gap that Ghana is certainly not going to turn down. One that we certainly appreciate. And yeah, it's ultimately led to a goal. It's an interesting cross-field ball, though, it must be said. Nezovic stand this one up towards the far post. Estrada is there. The keeper really should be doing better. But Angel Estrada has sealed this game for us. 5-2 in, well, with about 15 minutes to go or so. But really good play, actually, from us. Koulibaly didn't fancy the cross. Nezovic had made the run. Estrada just outpowers Powell at the back stick. That's game over. Nezovic. Good ball out wide to Estrada. Ghana, nice turn. Wasn't quite the... Oh, I didn't expect him to get... I think that's fair enough for trying to sweaty it from like 5 yards. But that was just a whole heap of mess. I didn't expect Jones to get past his man there because the pass to him wasn't great. But either way, we've won this match. We've won this match very comfortably in the end. And, yeah, very happy with that. Exactly what we needed to get back onto winning ways. Palace beat Coventry 4-0, which isn't ideal. It means they extend their lead over us in terms of goal difference. But we're level on games now with Fulham as well. So gap down to 5 points. Still 2 to Palace. 14 points clear of Sheffield United. And we're 22 points clear of Bristol City and Bournemouth, actually. So we're guaranteed a playoff place now as a minimum this season, which is good. But yeah, on to Brighton next. So for the second game of the episode then, our visitors Brighton line up like this. Carl Rushworth in goal. A back four of Lamptey, Veltman, Dunk and James Furlong. A middle two of Billy Gilmore and Moises Caicedo. Musa on the right, Trossard on the left, Kozlowski in behind Aaron Connolly. That is a very good side for this level. Moda on the bench as well. We are continuing to line up the same. It's the same as the last game. Wouldn't see to make any changes after how well we played last time out. So, yeah. That's poor pass from Furlong. Oh, and it's a bad tackle from Caicedo. Estrada's gone down in a bit of a heap. Should be at least a booking for the... oh, it's a red card. Okay, I should probably stop skipping those, but Ghana's in here. Ghana turns, and Ghana scores. That was fairly simple, wasn't it? And he's celebrating with the fans. He knows how much a win in a game like this could mean against a side like Brighton. And that's, I think, such a fitting picture. He's just been the lead man this series, hasn't he? But, yeah, Dunk can't get near him. The upper body strength is superb. That picks his spot. Barely any backlift. Rushworth, no chance. And, again, that picture there. Standing while, well, stood above everyone else. And that is very much a good summary for this series, isn't it? Ghana have been head and shoulders above everyone else. So, well, apart from Johnson Clark Harris in the first season, but still, yeah, absolutely superb. But yeah, I didn't expect that to be a red card. I thought just a booking for Caicedo, but it's really put Brighton on the back foot now as we try and cut this one back. Koulibaly, what a finish that is. I didn't expect him to beat Gilmore to the tackle. He's eventually got himself up and gone to celebrate accordingly. That's a superb finish. Little scissor kick there from Koulibaly. And we have some really good, exciting forward options, don't we? I mean, we've got Elias, who's going to come back next season. But lovely little dink. I thought, you know, the dink was kind of into the middle of nowhere. And I was just like, oh, a bit of a waste. But Koulibaly's shown such desire to get on the end of that. Rushworth, the animation, not paying him any favours. And then just in a matter of a few minutes, Brighton's afternoon has gone from not bad to absolutely terrible. A red card and 2 goals conceded. They're kind of going to be wishing they'd stayed at home on the south coast. But Lamptey is in. It's ricocheted off of Edwards, but thankfully Lamptey's second touch is a little bit heavy. and it allows Bentley to collect the ball. But we're going to try and run Kozlowski here with Koulibaly. One more. Oh, I tried to play that first time through with Sigurdsson, but he just didn't quite manage to get the pass off. And Sigurdsson can come away with it. Oh, it's a poor touch, and that wasn't much better. Could really have utilised the 2-on-2 there, but I was trying to angle it so that he would get a better pass to Koulibaly once he'd made the space, but the touch was pretty criminal, if you ask me, as Burrows blocks across twice. He's done really well there now. Sigurdsson needs to wait for support. Estrada is making the run, and Estrada is the man he will find in behind Furlong. Angel Estrada. Rushworth has got a lot of questions to answer with his goalkeeping performance so far today. A pretty average strike across goal from Estrada, but yeah, it's not the greatest. It's hit pretty well, but Rushworth, I'm glad that this is happening against me, not for me. Let's put it that way. It's 3-0. But Connolly is going to win his side of corner here. It's short to Billy Gilmore. And that is... Oh, well, it's a good header in the end. I was holding on to the Y button so that Dan Bentley would come out and collect that. But he hasn't, which is a little disappointing. But we could be in here if Joseph Garner has got the pace. He has indeed. And Joseph Garner will make that 4-0. That's one of the easier goals that we are going to score in this series. But yeah, the counter-attacking goal from the corner, and Elias is nowhere to be seen. Makes you a bit sad, doesn't it? But it is 4-0, and if this carries on, I think I don't really have... Oh wow, Garner scored 47 goals this season. Yeah, if this carries on, I don't see how I can't move it up to ultimate again. Garner. Oh, he's almost in. Good passing through the lines for Brighton. Oh, Musa has beaten Burrows. Connolly is 1-on-1 in the middle there, but it's a good recovery from Burrows. And the pot. Oh, that's offside, surely. Surely. It's always going to happen, isn't it? No wonder, even if we dominate games, we still concede goals. I thought for sure that he was offside. Oh, unless, yeah, it's Burrows. Connolly, sorry. Oh, he's got the... Come on, Edwards. God's sake. I mean, you see it so often. We've seen it so often when it's happening against us. Someone on our team is running through and the covering defender just stops. I think that's the first time I can remember I've noticed it happen against us. There's blitz past Sabani and Edwards has just stopped, meaning that no one's going to get back to Connolly. It's a really good finish. But so frustrating, and finally it's happened to us. We've benefited from it so many times, and finally it's happened against us. Maybe then I shouldn't complain too much. Garner trying to take on the whole world before he gets a shot off as Edwards gets a tackle in there. Oh, he could be in. It looks like Moda's playing up front for Brighton now, and they've shifted Connolly. It's Musa who's forward, and it's a really good block in there. And again, it's Sabani who's there. Absolute made of steel, that bloke, honestly, I swear. Oh, Josh Knight could be in. Could the scenes? Could it be written? Josh Knight. Yeah, he's found the back of the net. He's settled the game. It's going to be the exact same scoreline as it was in the first game. But Josh Knight, the centre-back, obviously playing in central midfield, has scored. What a run that was. Brighton just pushing and pushing to try and get back in this game, leaving gaps. And Josh Knight, I thought Lamptey might catch up to him, but yeah, in the end, he's got enough to hold it off. And against Rushworth 1-on-1, there was only going to be one winner, even with a centre-back shooting at goal. And there goes the final whistle, another 5-2 win. Not as comfortable as it should have been, really. But again, scoring lots of goals, conceding some too. But 3 points, the most important thing in this game. And hopefully we keep the pressure up on Palace. Palace must have drawn. We've scored over 100 goals now. We're level on points with Palace. Fulham must have won as well. Massive. Okay. For the final game of the episode then, Rotherham, our hosts, line up like this with a 6 at the back. Brilliant. Victor Johansson in goal, Kioso on the right, Harding, Humphreys, Grant and McCart in the middle with Bramall out on the left, Minder holding with the Dauphin and Rathbone ahead of him, Coyote and Hugo Novoa up top. Bit of an outlier, by far the best player on their team. Although Rathbone, it came up before the game, has scored 3 goals in his last 3 games. So certainly a person to be aware of. I predict that this match is going to be a bit harder. Rotherham sort of not struggling as much as I could remember, although Sigurdsson is in here, and that is a lovely finish. And I thought they were going to be hard to break down, but it turns out inside 6 minutes we've done exactly that with a lovely finish from Arne Sigurdsson, but they just opened up despite having 3 centre halves. Maybe the power beats Victor Johansson, but it's right next to him, to be fair. I could have actually taken an extra touch or so if I'd have wanted to, but as soon as I got the space, just had it in my mind to shoot, and we are 1-0 to the good. Yeah, I was going to say, Rotherham sort of, obviously that team, certainly in real life, that I know they survived in the Championship last season, but have in the last few years sort of gone up, down, so they're not actually struggled as much as I thought they might have done in this season. I think they're sort of mid-table in this universe at this moment, so not too bad, but sticking with their philosophy, their sort of defensive structure, and it has been paying off for them this season, really. It's fair to say, if they're sitting that high in the table. It's not the greatest pass. Again, I've just caught myself doing it. I'm really sorry if I'm sniffing. It's not too sunny today, although Garner is in behind, and Garner will score 15 minutes in. Lovely old job. It's not too sunny today. I've got the windows and everything open, but it is still that time of year, of course, hay fever. So, actually, that reminds me, I haven't taken a hay fever tablet today. That might be why I'm sniffing a bit more than normal. But if I do sniff, I try and cut them out as much as possible. But I do realise that sometimes I'm doing it like while I'm talking, or if I've just said something. So it's almost impossible to cut out. So I do apologise. That's a good finish. They held on to the ball nicely then. Couldn't get near them. The crowd have gone absolutely mental in my ear. Massive goal for them. It's Coyote, I think, who's got the finish. But yeah, just couldn't get near them for a second then. And a decent ball in, first time ball in from Kioso. Knight's gone to ground straight away. I'm not too sure why. Coyote's just lifted it over him. The power has beaten Bentley. And no matter what we do, or how well we play and how many goals we score, we can't not concede, which is a little bit worrying. Sigurdsson, it's not a bad ball in really from where he was, but Garner just got away from, just run ahead of it as Estrada almost robbed them of the ball from deep there. We get a comfortable lead, and then all of a sudden it's as if we just become complacent. And we're just like, yeah, cool, game 1 now. Don't have to concentrate as much. That's a lovely pass from Garner. And Koulibaly could be away. Will change direction. And Harding can't keep up. And Koulibaly could be in. And Koulibaly has scored a lovely incisive counter. The pass from Garner has set that up superbly there. Koulibaly's finishing, not the greatest sometimes, but he's managed to get that ahead of the keeper, lift it up and over him. And yeah, thankfully the change of direction worked for us this time. I thought the touch might just be too heavy, but he gets there just to dink it off to the side of the onrushing Johansson. That is 3-1. Surely that puts to rest any sort of comeback. Oh my word. What is that? How has that ended up like that? Garnet. Sigurdsson. Can he have the strike across goal? He can, you know. And that was fairly simple. A second for Sigurdsson. We have 4. A second in a matter of minutes. And yeah, this is very incisive attacking play. Really, really good. And well, far from what I said at the start of the episode about finding it hard to break Rotherham down. to Estrada. Finds Garner. That's almost a lovely turn, but the defender has just stuck a toe out to stop that having a strike. But surely that would have found the bottom corner. It's a lovely little play there. It's McCart who's got forward. He's obviously got a nosebleed though, because passed it straight to Zabani. Bakari into Garner. Defenders run away. And well, Garner will punish them. It is a fifth. An absolutely superb finish. And that's... I don't even know. It's not even the Peterborough fans that he's high-fiving there. The Peterborough fans... Well, there's a... I can't even tell you. It looked like there was a lot of Peterborough fans this side. I don't know if that's the away side. That doesn't look like the away side. I'm pointing at it. You can't see where... Either way, Garner's taking the... We're taking the... It's 5-1. Bleep it all. Oh, Coyote's forward here, you know. Oh, that's good. Oh, Navoa. They've scored again, Rotherham. I thought there was another foul in there. Apparently not. But, yeah, Navoa, by far their best player. I don't know where they picked him up from. But Coyote was forward. And Gomez... I mean, is there a foul in there? Has Rathbone got the ball or has he bundled... Oh, I mean, hang on. Let's hide this. Can we zoom in? No, can we not? Oh, it's because we're on a... Right. So, for me here, this is a foul on Nezovic, right? It's bloody controls. So, Gomez gets his toe on it. That's fine. Nezovic is there. Little touch. And he's just... Yeah, come on. He's... Wow. Yeah, for me, that's a foul. He's got man before the ball. And it's a good finish from Navoa. Let's not take that away from him, but even still... I've actually had Ricky J. Jones come to me and say, oh, you know, am I, you know, want to talk about a new contract? Obviously, contract's coming up. I'm still not convinced about giving him a new one, so I've told him just focus on your football. So that's going to turn into a whole saga. But for me, I just don't think Ricky J. Jones is good enough, which is sad because obviously he's, you know, I'm pretty sure he's from... Or not necessarily, that's a very good finish. And it's Rathbone who scored, of course it is. 5-3. Why couldn't it have been 5-2? Oh, it's Navoa that scored. I thought it was Rathbone. Never mind. It's a good finish again from Navoa, to be fair. He's found the corner absolutely superbly. Oh, I tried to get a toe on that, but that is going to be the full-time most. And it is not quite the same. That would have been quite impressive if we'd had 3 games in an episode that was all 5-2. But 5-3 this one. So again, scoring plenty of goals, just conceding plenty of them as well, which isn't ideal. But yeah, even still, a very, very... We actually had less possession in that game, surprisingly. But Stoke pick up a win over Luton. I'm not too sure how the other guys got on. And, well, they all won. I think Fulham and Palace won. Fulham was still 5 points clear. Palace, we are still level on points with. But... as you can see on that right-hand side, Fulham are the team that we play next. And, well, what an end to the season this is going to be. Those next 2 games are massive, and they're going to come at the start of the next episode. Fulham away, Palace at home, and then we'll worry about those 2 games afterwards. But we'll play them if we have to, those 2. But if we come out with positive performances in those 2 games, we should be favourites to get promoted. If we beat Palace, we go... Well, not necessarily. Depends how we do against Fulham. But beat Fulham, we're within 2 points of them. Oh, it's massive. It all comes down to the end of the season, guys. I hope you are looking forward to it. I certainly am. If you are, pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you for what is going to be a tasty end to the season.